You likely know the feeling. You have a complex, intelligent thought, but when you try to speak or write it in English, the structure collapses. The words are there, but the meaning gets lost. It feels like trying to walk through thick fog. You might assume the solution is memorizing more advanced vocabulary, but vocabulary is simply raw material. Without a frame, those words cannot support the weight of a complex thought. It is time to stop looking at English grammar as a giant mountain covered in icy rules and confusing exceptions. Grammar is architecture. Every sentence is a house that you build. Mastering these structural foundations clears the fog. When the architecture is sound, your audience stops working to decode your grammar and starts hearing your message. Let's look at how this architecture actually works. Imagine a train. To work properly, it requires two things. First, it needs cargo to carry. Second, it needs movement. English sentences operate the exact same way. Every complete sentence requires two essential pieces. First is the subject. This is your cargo. It tells us exactly who or what the sentence is about. Second is the verb. This is the engine. It provides the action or condition that drives the subject forward. Take a simple phrase, the baby cried. Who is the subject? The baby. What is the action? Cried. Those two pieces alone form a complete, functioning thought. Many language learners try to build massive, advanced sentences before securing this core. That is like trying to build the roof of a house before you pour the concrete walls. It will inevitably collapse. Knowing exactly where your subject and verb live is the non-negotiable first step to preventing grammatical mistakes in both speaking and writing. Let's look at a real-world mistake. A student wrote, "People in modern society because technology changing rapidly and many individuals unable adapting, stressful." The vocabulary is there, but the foundation is missing. The first common structural leak is missing verbs. You cannot place a subject next to an adjective and expect it to hold weight. The children in the park happy is incomplete. You need the verb are to connect the subject to the description. The second leak is missing subjects. Launching into an action like went to the supermarket yesterday leaves us completely lost. We need a designated actor to anchor the action. The third leak is overcrowding. A clause is a grammatical space containing one subject and one verb. When you force multiple subjects and actions into a single, unbroken space, the meaning becomes tangled and difficult to follow. We can repair that messy sentence by breaking it into two separate clauses, each with its own subject and verb. Many people in modern society experience stress because technology has created a fast lifestyle. Fixing these leaks shifts your focus toward creating meaningful, breathable space for your ideas to be understood. English is strict about needing a subject. But what happens when you want to talk about a concept that has no physical actor? English uses placeholder words to solve this. The first is there. We use this not to point to a location, but to introduce the mere existence of something. When an event occurs, we say, there was an accident near the station. When making an observation, there are several reasons to decline this offer. The word there steps in to anchor the sentence structure. The second placeholder is the word it. We use this dummy subject to satisfy the rules when discussing abstract environments like time, weather, or distance. It is raining. It is midnight. It is safe to walk here. It doesn't refer to a specific physical object. It simply does the grammatical heavy lifting required for a natural sentence. Mastering these two invisible pillars makes your spoken English fluid, replacing word-for-word translations from your native language. Long, complex sentences are completely safe, provided that you expand them outward from a stable, unshakable subject-verb core. Let's start with a tiny foundation. The boy laughed. We can stack descriptive phrases onto the subject, and the core remains stable. The young boy wearing a blue jacket laughed. The subject grew, but the center is anchored. Now we expand the verb side with prepositional phrases. The young boy wearing a blue jacket laughed loudly during the school performance. The sentence is massive, but it works because the structural core hasn't broken. To keep expanding, we use conjunctions like and, but, or because. These act as structural bridges, allowing you to connect multiple independent clauses safely. This gives you control over rhythm. If you only write short sentences, you sound robotic. When you mix short and long sentences together, you create a musical, breathing flow. True language fluency is born from this combination. You build unshakable foundations, and then you vary their length to establish a natural rhythm. That stressful, broken paragraph we saw at the beginning, by repairing the foundation, it transforms into an elegant, perfectly structured piece of professional communication. Next time you write, use this 4-step checklist. First, locate your subject. Second, confirm it has a clear verb. Third, check for overcrowding. Are there too many ideas fighting for space? And fourth, assess the rhythm. Take a paragraph of your own writing right now. Read it aloud so you can feel where the flow stops. Find the leaks and apply this checklist to repair them immediately. The architecture of clarity transforms a collection of words into a stable connection. It ensures your message arrives exactly as you intended.